What's up guys, this is Grey Husky back again with another Iron Husky video, and today is going to be the first video in a series of lore reading and really just digging deeper into possible theories to find out exactly what's going on in the Destiny universe. Now, this video is going to be about the lore card Seeds and Cuttings. You get this lore card after completing the first week of the Invitations of the Nine. Now this card is kind of long and requires that I give you guys some backstory before reading into it, just to make sure that you guys have a full understanding of what's going on. So, the Awoken weren't always really there. They were kind of created by some freak event. The Exodus Green was one of 5 color-coded colony ships launched near the end of the Golden Age during the expansion of humanity. When the ship tried to leave the system, it came across darkness. In an effort to repel the darkness, the Traveler basically shot a beam of light toward the Exodus Green, and at that exact moment, the darkness enveloped the Exodus Green. Those two energies put together created a singularity which then pulled the ship and its crew beyond the event horizon, and those aboard the ship became the first Awoken. And this event created the Distributary, which is what the Awoken refer to as their homeland. Now, in a lot of the lore cards, you can read about how Mara Sov was the first one to wake up in the Distributary, and that's why she became the Awoken Queen. Now, given what this lore card actually says, you're left to assume that this takes place right before that entire event actually happens. So, let's just read the first part real quick. On the day she boards the Yang Liwei, they call her Nasya Sarwar. She carries in her knapsack an unopened letter from her brother, her mother's ashes, a selection of seeds and cuttings from her favorite neighborhood trees and plants, and some 30,000 songs and short videos on a hand-me-down myoelectric augment. On the ship's manifest, Nasya Sarwar is one of 24 classless Scopars. Scopares? Trash collectors and composters and caretakers devoted to endlessly tidying the many surfaces and people within the Yang Liwei that cannot or do not clean themselves. She hopes through hard work and perseverance she will prove herself worthy of one of the ship's remaining civilian cryopods, or, even better, a promotion to an auteurge position where she believes she'll find the freedom to devote her waking hours entirely to the loving care of the ship's hydroponic facilities. Nasya is quadrilingual. Several of her fellow Scopars are not, born monolinguals who got lucky in international Exodus lotteries, just like she did. When they realize that she can speak to some of them, they do their best to befriend her. They share meals, they show her photos of their loved ones they left behind. They explain the function of the ship's many impossible machines. In turn, she does her best to teach them how to speak to the others. In this way, they are all a little less alone. She is 27 years old. Now guys, they're saying that Nasya is aboard the Yang Liwei. The Yang Liwei is the actual name of the Exodus Green ship. On the day she awakens in the Distributary, she names herself Nasan Ar. She carries in her hands a small silver jar. A dent has crushed its lid. It is impossible to open. She does not know its provenance, but she feels an inexplicable tugging of grief in her chest when she thinks about walking on without it. She makes herself a home under the largest tree she can find. In the early days, it is little more than a lean-to and campfire, but she shares it willingly with whoever passes by. Her guests help her transform the lean-to into a proper cottage with several guest beds. 1 cottage becomes 2, then 2 is 3, until 3 becomes a village. Nasan loves her guests and friends. She loves her little ramshackle community, but she never wished to become mother or mayor. Whenever they gather in the evening for dinner, she feels claustrophobic anxiety pressed tight around her. She is shackled to the earth by all these people that she loves, and she has no words to explain her own restlessness. She feels monstrous. Why doesn't she love this? Why doesn't she want to stay? One clear night, amid the honey-heavy smell of spring flowers and recent rain, she takes her silver jar and goes out into the dripping dark. At this point, it's gotten pretty confusing. What is that jar supposed to be? Is that something that we should be concerned about? I'm pretty sure we're going to learn more about all of that stuff when the next lore cards come out in the next few weeks of the Invitation of the Nine. She wanders. She tries on lives like she's trying on city-tailored fashions. For a few weeks, she's a corsair, then for a whole summer, she's a field hand. When she tires of that, she balances books for an atom merchant who trades in radioactive materials. Nothing holds her. Seeing her silver jar, one man suggests she may be a treasure hunter. The idea sends her deep into a subterranean cavern where she finds no treasure, but instead bioluminescent worms and a paladin who calls herself Sieur Ido. If you're looking for a job, Sieur says, I should introduce you to my boss. On the day Nassan finds her calling, the Diasurm styles her a translator. It confuses her because the speech is the speech. Variations have developed over time, but none are so distant from each other that two awoken from around the world cannot speak to each other. What do you mean? Nassan asks. Well, the Diasurm says, I've been watching you since you arrived. People look to you when they're fighting, and you try to understand each side before you try to help. When you speak, you do it deftly without condescension. She considers Nassan. It seems to me that you lend people grace when you help them explain themselves. A little candle of pride flickers in Nassan's throat. That's just meditation, she says, glancing away. Don't sell yourself short. Anyone can break up a fight. Few people can so clearly grasp the spirit of a thought, then rephrase it so that deaf ears can hear it. Gifts like that can end wars. Thinking on that, the Diasurm sobers. We'll have to keep your talent to ourselves for now. The Sanguine would just as soon cut out your tongue. The theodicy of war is a fact of life until it isn't. The killing stops, but the wounds remain. Nassan helps the awoken mend. Her friends urge her to speak publicly, to help people on a grander scale, but Nassan believes the most effective change happens in groups of fewer than 10. So guys, what does all this mean? When the Yang Liwei entered the distributary, there were 40,900 passengers. There are 40,891 awoken. Using simple math, I think we can all agree that there are 9 left over. Could this be where the 9 came from? And is that why Zur sometimes says the awoken did not have a choice, we did? On Friday, the next lore piece will be released and will most likely give us more insight on how the 9 came to be. There are 9 slots in that lore book, and if they all follow the same pattern, could it be that they're all stories revolving around a different person? And that the 9 is composed of 9 different beings that were aboard the Exodus Green? It's been hinted to multiple times that the 9 are godlike beings. So, how can we really tell whether they're good or bad? Why are they so interested in our Guardian? Why do they interact with the Drifter, and what is the Drifter scared of? Why do they remain so mysterious? So guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Why are the 9 messing with us? Why are they messing with the Drifter? What do you think their purpose is? Let us know what you guys think. If you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like. And we are shooting for 25 subscribers by the end of this month, so we're less than 5 away from that. So if you guys could help us out with that, we're going to be doing our first giveaway once we hit that mark. Now, we're not sure what it's going to be. It could be an Xbox gift card, PlayStation gift card, something of the sort, but definitely stay tuned and we'll keep you guys posted. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Gray Husky with the Iron Huskies, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Destiny lore.
Waves is tough to tell because the invisibility hides the health bar, and the super kind of gives this emo looking Instagram filter of darkness over everything. But this is one of the few